All right. So I'm gonna wait for just a little while. I hoping a couple of people will join us. Just a couple of people. But of course I'll be grateful if more than that joins. Somebody has joined. Hello, hello, hello. Will you type into the comments who you are? I know it's somebody I know, so somebody local. Share with me your name. Let me know who I'm talking with today, please. I'm gonna wait for just a little while. So hope Terry with me for just maybe another minute or so. Obviously, this will be uploaded and become a permanent part of the file, so it's not like other people won't be able to listen to it. Okay, so it's 2:33, and I'm gonna get started because I'm CeleXy, and I have this multiple track mind. So I want to be able to stay on task and on point and be focused in what I'm sharing with you because it's important. And so I even have some notes that I'm going to refer to just to ensure that I share with you the significant content and highlights the high points of this conversation. So without further ado, it looks like somebody else has joined us. If you would type in the comment section who you are and where you're listening from, I just want to know who I'm in communication with. But anyway, so what I want to talk to you today is about people dropping off their dirty laundry at your house without asking or without permission. And what I mean when I say dirty laundry, I mean they mess, they bullshit, their misery, their drama, their conflicts, their challenges, their obstacles, everything, whatever it is that they're dealing with. We as human beings probably have at least one friend in our lives or even a family member that you can call and basically just unload all your shit on them. You don't ask for permission or nothing. You just, they just know that when you call, that the whole reason that you're calling, really, even if you start off the conversation with a, hey, how you doing, what's up with you, what you got going on today, the real intention behind your call is to drop all your low vibrational shit onto somebody else's shoulders. And I'm an expert on the subject matter. Let me tell you, because this mouth, as much in this mind, as much as I think, and then I talk a lot on top of that. Oh yeah, I got to unload on a regular basis. A regular basis because I'm open at the top, so I'm always getting stuff in, and then I'm always allowing myself to have these experiences. And so, I done been through some shit, just like many of you. And I sometimes, when I'm in the lowest of the shit, I share with anybody who will listen. And I don't ask them if they want to hear it. I don't even ask them necessarily about what they dealing with in life. I'll just commence to talking about my own shit as if they don't have any shit of their own. hmm I'm an expert. I can speak on it. So I'm gonna kind of phrase this out a little bit just in case if it's anybody that takes notes, or maybe after you have a chance to sit down and really listen to this on a non so-called holiday, or in your spare time when you are, in the mode, in the mood to receive, then you can sit down and you can take some notes on what I'm sharing, what I'm breaking down to you today. Okay. And my flow is just going. Did I introduce myself? I'm CeleXy, and this is She Shakespeare. My bad. This is a different little energy for me right now. Um, but I'm gonna roll with this because I think there's somebody that needs me to come to them in this way, in this other aspect of myself. And I am so grateful to be able to oblige you, because somebody told me, in fact, it was my niece, Nia, of Locked In Braids. She said that what everybody is interested in is what's real, what's live, and what's authentic, what is true, what's real, what's live, and what's true. This is what's true. So when I sit down and have conversation with my friends, not generally my family, I have a few family members that I can talk to on this level. But when I do, this is what they get. This is what they get. When I'm in my zone, what I call it the free flow, whatever comes in is coming out. If you ain't ready, you probably should step away. Okay, I really do that. But anyway, uh, that's a dance, ain't it? And I think it got a song to go to. Okay, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so what was I saying? Do your friends call you for a conversation or drop by for a visit with you only to tell you all about their problems? You thinking when you see the phone and it's so and so, you like, oh wow, I haven't heard from her in a while, or it's been a minute. I wonder what she talking about, and you get on the phone all excited, and she just starts unloading bullshit, all her dirty laundry, stuff you don't even want to know, and like wow, you really telling me this? Like you sitting there assessing the level of y'all friendship because she's divulging or he's divulging so much personal information. You thinking to yourself, TMI, motherfucker, TMI. Like I don't even know if I want. I don't even have that kind of stuff. So if I don't even already have it at my house, I really don't want it from your house. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. They telling you about all their problems, depending on what frequency your friends and you operate on. Some friends is telling you their problems, other friends, maybe if they're in the corporate world, they're telling you about challenges and obstacles that they face. And maybe if they're on a religious level, they're telling you about their trials and tribulations. And never once do they ask you about yours, mind you. So they want you to not only deal with yours, but now you got to deal with theirs too. They're not even, I never considered that. I Until recently. Like I never considered that. I'm like, if I call a family member that I talk to about my personal issues, or one of my friends and I'm talking to her about my personal issues, I'm sorry. And I really am apologetic about this. And so if any of my friends, family members are listening and I've ever called you and dropped all my bullshit on you, and we didn't already have like a previous arrangement that we was going to share bullshit, personal bullshit, and somebody's listening know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Yeah, if we don't have a previous agreement, verbal contract, heart to heart thought process, a form of communication going on between us that we know, okay, we going through something similar, or we agree that we don't want to share our stuff with nobody else. We're only going to share it with each other. We're going to hold each other accountable for all of our shit. We're going to counsel one another. If unless you made that agreement, now people just calling people and dropping their shit off like they at the laundromat or something. They don't even get permission. You can't just go up to the laundromat and drop off your dirty laundry with no money. Don't tell them who you are, when you coming back to get it, none of that. You can't do that shit. So why do we let people do it to us, and why do we do it to other people? This is what I'm trying to find out. This is what I'm sorry, I had to take a drink of water, but let me say this. I was inspired. A friend of mine had sent me a link to another chick that has a YouTube channel, and she was talking about this. And at the time, it didn't really resonate with me. I'm thinking, oh, he's trying to inspire me or something like that, and I'm like, with that, I can't talk about that because that ain't my issue. I'm like, I don't do that. So it didn't even occur to me that, oh, damn, you do that. You do that. You have people that you consider friends that you will call and share all your bullshit with. And then you wonder why they don't want to celebrate your joy. You wonder, oh my damn. Now that's something that's a new revelation for me, y'all. I'm sorry. This is about my own personal journey, and I'm just sharing my light with y'all. So hopefully y'all can avoid some of the pitfalls that I've endured. You know what I'm saying? But dang, that's new right there. But I never considered what they were dealing with. I just started dropping off my shit. And it never occurred to me that maybe that's why I don't get the kind of support that I feel like I should get from my family and friends. And, not should get, but, that I feel like would be a demonstration of love and affection and adoration for one another and things like that. Maybe that doesn't happen because too many of them I done told all my drama, all my negative, all my low vibrating stuff till they still are holding on to that negative impression of me. So when I tell them something good or ask them to celebrate my joy, they ain't feeling that shit because they still weighed down with all the shit I done gave them, plus all the shit that they done probably got from somebody else, including their own goddamn shit. You feel me? Most people who are in listening mode, they ain't just listening to you. Trust and believe it's other people that they listening to too. They're holding on to other people's bullshit in addition to their own bullshit. That is a heavy motherfucker. Erykah Badu sings that song, Bag Lady or Bag Man, you gon' miss your bus. Dragging all them bags like that. That's what I guess nobody ever told you. All you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, y'all. See, this is what happens when I get in the flow. I'm on a roll. There's no obstacles and there's no challenges. I'm in the flow, so I'm going to give it to you just the way it's going to go, okay? So anyway, I like to draw an analogy or a metaphor, or if you biblical, a parable, some allegory. Let me just drop some seed on you right now. What I like to compare this concept of people dropping off their dirty laundry at your house. That's the imagery I want you to picture. You at your crib, your apartment, your condo, your ranch, your mansion, whatever, wherever the fuck you live. Okay, you in your house. One of your friends drops by and just drops off a boatload of dirty laundry. You ain't got no phone call, no advance notice. You don't know now. Okay, you don't know nothing. You just come outside and look in the driveway and it's a boatload of dirty laundry in your driveway. Ain't asked you nothing. Does that make sense? I want you to get the imagery of that. I want you to imagine looking in your driveway or in your parking spot or whatever and seeing a boatload. I'm going to just say one of those pods, one of those 2-room pods, size pods, or a U-Haul truck would just fill it full with dirty laundry. You don't know where it came from. And maybe you do know where it came from, but you don't know why it's been left in your driveway because you ain't asked for it. You don't know nothing about it. So, okay, if you got that imagery, that's what I want you to think about. How would that make you feel? They ain't even gave you, they ain't no advance notice. You don't know nothing. They don't know if you even got room. And if it's a pod, the pod people coming back to pick that mug up in 72 hours. So you got to get, I'm going to say 24 hours. You got to get it emptied before they come and pick it up. You see what I'm saying? But you don't even know what you're supposed to do with it. And it's dirty laundry. It ain't clean clothes. Stuff that you can pack up and put neatly, maybe and mingle it in with your stuff or whatever. No, it's dirty clothes, shit that you probably need to wash first or it's going to start stinking and mildewing and stuff. You feel me? If anybody feel me, hey, Leary, I see you, girl. What's up? My niece is on with me. Come on, y'all. Interact with me. Give me some comments and feed this conversation. I ain't going to be on here for a long time now because I'm going to tell you what I came to say, and then I'm going to be on my way, okay? Because I got stuff to do, places to go, people to see. You feel? Okay. So as long as you get the imagery, I like to try to paint a picture. I like to try to paint a mental picture in your mind because I need you to feel what it is that I'm saying. It's not enough for you to hear me, hear these words that are coming out of my mouth, and it's not enough for you to see me and my expressionalism as I'm having this conversation with you. I need you to feel what I'm saying. Feel what I'm saying. Feel the fire. Feel the fire. Feel exactly what I'm saying. Today, I'm sharing with you my own personal experience. You see, I don't have to talk about nobody else because I have done this in my own damn life. I have done this to people. But don't get it twisted. I've been there for others too, but in a different capacity, not necessarily as a friendship or a family ship. I've been when I was in the church ministry and I was over the women's ministry, I've beheld trust and confidence and held, the burdens of other people as a minister. That was what I was required to do. In that role as a minister, as a nurse in the healthcare field, I am required by the nature of my role to behold those confidences and those burdens and those struggles as I help people work through their stresses in life to get healthy again. Okay, on a holistic level, both in ministry and the healthcare. It was always at a holistic level. That means the whole person, not just one aspect of you. I've never been one to just work on your religion or your finances and not consider your health. All three of those things must work together: the emotional, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. Let's not get it twisted. But anyway, I digress. One of the points I wanted to make to also kind of give you a visual and a mental picture of what it's like to be dumped on by your friends and family members with their drama, their low vibrating issues and all that stuff. I know many of you probably have heard that, I'm going to just use myself as an example. CeleXy has sex with Tom. Before CeleXy met Tom, Tom had sex with Lisa, Joanna, Bob, and Carla. Okay. And then Carla had sex with 20 other people before she met the other person, and so did all the other. So I know you get my point. So when you have sex with one person, you are also having sex with every other person that they have had sex with, and every person that those other individuals have had. You follow me? It goes back and infinitely. Okay. So think about dropping your dirty laundry or your low vibrational energy. Think about dropping that on a person the way you have sex with somebody. And I'm thinking about the receiver. So the receiver has now had sex with you, and that receiver also has all the other previous partners that he has had connection with or interaction with on a physiological level, right? With this, when I'm talking about sex. Okay. So now you have all those other partners. They become a part of you through cellular transfer, right? Like skin sloughing off cells, all of that, chemicals, all of that. Your DNA is changing every time you have sex with another person. Well, guess what? Your DNA is changing every time you take on the vibrations and the issues of another person. And there's nothing wrong with this process because this is also how we transfer the good. Hey, ho, right? This is how we transfer the good too. But we have a tendency and a propensity to share more of the low vibrating bullshit, low of the mess, more of the drama than the good. And we get a great example of this by the news media. 9 times out of 10, when you turn on the news, they not telling you about good shit that's happening in the world. They telling you about all the drama, the low vibrating bullshit. And by the time you hear about it, the shit ain't even news anymore because it done already happened. It's in the past, Michael Beckwith said, or reminded me. It's in the past, so by the time you hear it, it's already old news, but they calling it the news. It should be called the old. I agree. It's old news. Tell me what's happening now. That's what I want to know about. So instead of calling my friends or family members, telling them about some old bullshit that happened to me in the past, at the moment that I called them, how are you feeling now? How are you feeling now? Are you happy to be alive? Are you happy to be breathing? Are you glad that you still can see? Are you still happy to walk? You know what I'm saying? The things that we take for granted every day. Every day. In the moment that you call somebody thinking that you get ready to talk to them about your bullshit, your dirty laundry, Your mess, your low vibrational shit that's mixed with thoughts of fear any damn way, and then you gonna infect somebody else with that shit. Call that misery loves company. Misery, low vibrations, that shit spread faster than a virus and a rumor. You hear what I'm saying? I'm telling you what I know. Spreads faster than a virus and a rumor. You know, the Bible says, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but my foundation is in Christianity. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience right now. I don't consider myself a Christian. I consider myself Christ conscious. Okay, there is a difference, and I'll elaborate on another time, at another time, because I really want to stick with this topic. Being more conscientious, being more aware of the information that you're sharing with people. What is your intention behind sharing it? Are you seeking advice? In which case, that person is operating as a therapist, which means there is a mutual agreement between the two of you to have that level of exchange. That is not the case with most of us, and you know it's true. I ain't lying. But any other time, when you dropping your misery onto somebody, you ain't asking for permission. By the way, how are you doing? And if they say, hey, life is amazing and it's great, and I have room to support and encourage somebody else, because see, that's where we mess up at. We don't even acknowledge taking care of ourselves first. You can't help nobody else if you ain't taking care of yourself first. So god dang it, no, you probably don't have room for somebody else's bullshit if you're not managing your own bullshit yourself. Okay. Imagine what it would be like if, when we shared information with our friends and our family, that we chose to focus on the higher things, the beautiful things that are happening in our life. And I know I probably said that, but I wrote this so pretty and I just want to read it. So imagine if we were sharing information, we chose most often to focus on the higher notes and vibrations of the song and or story, using the low notes only to place emphasis on or draw attention to or comparison to the highlights. What are you saying, Celeste? What I mean is, when you are sharing information about some experiences in your life with someone else, whether it be an individual or in a public forum, and you're sharing the great, positive, high vibrating things of your life, but in order to get the people to really feel where you're coming from, you may have to also bring up some of the lower moments in your life in order to show transformation. I didn't even expect that. Look at this smile. I didn't even expect that. So you only share the low notes after you've shared the high notes, and to further explain the dynamics of that transformation. So you want people sometimes, and oftentimes, especially if we're trying to inspire or encourage or uplift, we want people to see where you started and where you are now. Where you started and where you are now, because that's all that matters. Not where you're headed, not what you're going towards. Where you started and where you are now. So you're saying, so the conversation might start off, hey, Illyria, you know what? I am feeling so wonderful. I am overflowing with joy. And compared to how I was feeling 2 hours ago, I'm excited to be able to call you and have a conversation with you today. How are you, my darling? How are you? And that immediately helps to shift your focus off of the low vibrating bullshit that you was dealing with in the past. Because see, that's old news. That's old. It's just old. You can't even call old news is a contradiction. How you going to be old and new at the same time? How you going to be old and new at the same time? You can't do it. That's a war. That's a tug of war. If you old and new at the same time, Out with the old and in with the new. That's what we do during transformation. So you got to think about that same concept when you sharing information. What is the intention behind the conversation that you're having with this person that in which you are having relations? What is your intention? Is the intention to elevate, to uplift, to encourage and inspire, or is the intention to bring them down to the level that you're focusing on right now? That ain't no friend. Shit, don't be my friend then. Don't call me because you want me to go down in the basement with your ass because you scared. Because that is what that shit is born out of. I just figured it out. I'm not trying to act like I've been knowing this all my damn life. And maybe I did, but I forgot, damn it. You know, when I came through the birth canal, I came through the waters of chaos called amniotic fluid. And I'm going to just say, if I had any recollection of anything before I came into the world, by the time I passed through that birth canal, most of it left with yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's with the placenta, wherever that's at, in somebody's laboratory. It might be in the makeup that y'all wear. Keeping us all connected, right? Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to be on here long, and we almost at 30 minutes. So the other thing I wanted to say, you know, if you biblical, and I will say that my foundation is in Christianity, and every religion, every philosophy, all beliefs have value. Don't you let nobody else tell you that. And your truth is your truth. But anyway, in the Bible, we've been advised to bear one another's burdens, yet we have not been given instruction on how to discern or assess whether the other person can even bear our burdens. You know, my mom, while I was sick, my mom had moved out of town and she decided that she was coming back to Indianapolis. And her reason for coming back was because she discerned that I could not handle my business and hers too. Now, at first I was kind of offended by that, but it wasn't me. It was my ego that was offended by that, because prior to going through this health transformation that I'm on right now, this journey of renewal that I'm on right now, I was in control of everything, or so I thought. You know, I could handle everything in my own strength, you see, but I was operating externally of myself. I had not sown into myself. I had not sold into myself. I had not learned to love me. I had not learned to put me first. I had not learned to have no other God before thee. I had not learned that principle, you see. I had not remembered that principle. So I had to go through all these things. And now I recognize that my mother had made an assessment of me. She is not capable of handling her own business and mine too. And so she returned to handle her business. Sometimes that kind of stuff hurt. When those revelations come to you and you thought you was just Miss Know-It-All and you in control and you can do everything, and then all of a sudden it occurs to you why that stuff kind of rubbed you the wrong way. It was the vibrations didn't mix. Because see, I took that for a low vibration when in fact it was for my good. So it was supposed to rub me in a way that I would pay attention to it. And I didn't get it in the moment, but it's coming to me now. It's all coming back to me now, right? It's all coming back to me now. So what I want to say in closing again, be considerate of the people that you call friends and family when you are calling or dropping by for a visit to share information. This is not just, even on social media, consider your intentions when you're sharing low vibrational content. Having what is your intention? Is your intention to raise the vibration? You know, I say rise and shine to my friends and text messages and so forth. Rise and shine. That means raise your vibration. When you get out of bed, when you in the bed, you lying down flat horizontally, right? And the sun rises. So, you know, if you rose the way the sun rose, you'd be levitating. Well, I want you to think of your energy as levitating up off the bed before you even physically get up to meet it. You see what I'm saying? And then the same thing when you get up to go stand vertically. Let that energy, that raised energy, stand up first, and then you rise up in it. You feel me? Come and go with me. Rise up and then shine. What does shine mean? Brother Beckwith, Michael Beckwith, a person that I follow because he's a reflection of my thoughts. His words are a reflection of my thoughts. And so I resonate on his vibration and frequency. And so, but Brother Beckwith says that shining is the equivalent of sharing. I love and agree with that. Shining is the equivalent of sharing. And for the Bible thumpers, if you think about it, we talk, the Bible talks about shining your light, let a light up on a hill. Let your good works be reflected, like I'm paraphrasing. Let your good works be reflected like a light shining up on a hill, and people will look up to you and praise the Father in heaven, your God. Your God, that God that connects us all, that creator God. And I say in heaven, but in the invisible realm. That's where we all come into unity, in the invisible realm. Okay? But that's essentially what you want to do and what you want to have on the forefront of your mind every morning when you wake up. Raise the vibration and shine. Share your light. Shine your light. Share high vibrating conversations. Keep the low vibrations to a minimum and let them have purpose for comparison, for instruction, for encouragement, for inspiration, and ultimately for transformation. The only time we should be really sharing those low vibrations is in somehow to enhance or highlight the higher vibration and expectation. Woo! That has been the word for today. Somebody said they wanted it real, live, and true. This is me. This is me. If you've never seen me like this before, and I know many of you have, this is me, and this is how I'm giving it to you. I am my own example. I will now, from henceforth and forevermore, consider the intention behind the conversation that I am choosing to have with someone I consider a relationship with. What is our motivation for sharing those low vibrations? Think about that. Think on that. Meditate on that. Reflect on that before you open your mouth to speak. And then even begin to train your thoughts to move into the higher realms, because your body can carry the energy of those negative thoughts as well. But we are the master of our thoughts. Wisdom is the master of our thoughts. Wisdom is the master of our thoughts. So never think that your thoughts have control over you. You are the master. When your thoughts take you away down to a low, dull, dark, and dingy place, remember that you are the Lord your God. You are the Lord your God. The Lord your God sits within you, for the kingdom of heaven is within. That is something that all philosophies agree upon. Even those who say that they are atheists. Well, you don't have to believe in God, because you are the essence of God. Creator God. You were created in the image of a God. Now, don't get the image twisted with what you see in the mirror. And I'm going into a whole nother topic. And on that note, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to try to pick up where I'm leaving off, if that's okay with you, because I'm in the flow. I'm going to let you go. Take notes, make comments, interact with me. I'm looking to engage with you. I love you all, and I want to share my light with you so that you also will continue to shine. Be transformed, stay whole, and vibrate as high as you possibly can every single moment, every second of your life. God bless you.